Missy. Oh, no, no, whatevers. Come on, Missy, complete your thought.
No, I don't want to.
Okay. Well, good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, wherever you are. Good to see you. Lady Scott, you got some enlightenment over there? Yes, was that good?
We worked it out. They were outstanding group you have there.
Yeah.
We
Awesome.
kept it underneath your time so we wouldn't interfere. So
well, you know what's interesting about that is that work expands to fill the time allowed for it, right? And so by the way, I mean, you can the meeting before the meeting after the meeting, you guys can get together whenever you want, whenever this room isn't in use, formally. But thank you for that, for everyone who participates and makes this community as helpful and as resourceful as it is. So wow, so glad to jump in here. I'm actually sliding in at the last possible second. So last thing I heard was whatever you guys were talking about with free shipping. I was like, I want free shipping. In fact, I just got free shipping on something as a customer. Okay, so I know you guys are talking about obviously producing, e-commerce business, but I recently did e-commerce. We're going to talk about that a little bit here today. I did it in an impromptu way. In fact, I know I shared this with Missy the other day, and we had a little chuckle over it. Before we get into that, though, I'm looking at all the stuff that's going on here today. You guys have a couple of things on your agenda. I want to make sure that especially our new members know that we've got these weekly things going on with. I know Adam does Fridays. Is that right? If somebody can assist me in making sure. Missy, can you come out here and tell us what happens when I'm not running my mouth and other people are? What is the agenda
Adam
there?
does many things. He does Tuesdays and Fridays. He does technical. He does ideas.
Mastermind.
And he does mastermind every other Friday for the Launch 100 group. And he does one-to-one coaching. And Heather and Helen do one-to-one coaching with Launch 100. And you can watch Adam's videos on a faster speed, so you don't have to stay an hour and a half. You can watch it on 2 times, stop and pause and take notes. But the mastermind is this Friday, so 5:30 Eastern time for about an hour. And then the launch intensives, you do 3 if you're in the Launch 100. Launch intensives, you do 3 for the whole year. And the next one coming up is September 4th, I think.
Beautiful.
Where'd you get all this?
Page and register.
So yeah, and Scott, I know you just recently joined the ranks of the advanced group, so you're going to be getting information all that. By the way, if you're new here, okay. So if you're new here, what Missy just said, she referenced something called Launch 100 a couple times. That's an invitation-only program that anyone who's going through the accelerator program right now, assuming you get through that and you're looking to take this on as like a real serious business and everything, you're going to have exposure to that. Okay. Right now, if you're in your first day or hour or something, stick with the basics. And like Fridays, we've got Adam with the tech and everything that Missy just said. But if there were a couple mysteries in there, they're mysteries on purpose, and those will be revealed to you when you're ready. So thank you. Thank you, Missy. And I heard a little comment from Your Life Paradigm.
Hi,
Your Life
Neva.
Paradigm. Hey, yeah. There she is.
Hey, it's me. Hold on, it's me and Eva. Am I on mute?
No, we hear you. Yes.
Okay, good. So I guess so if I'm going to be on Adam's calls, that would be if I'm on the accelerator program, I'd be able to qualify for that.
So yeah, there's the basic calls, which, as Missy was just saying, there's a schedule for that, but she also commingled some of the advanced stuff that, of course, we do with the Launch 100 group. So anyway, stick with the basics. If you're vague on any of that, like where you get on to the Friday thing and all that, our help desk and also the Facebook group, I think they announced that in the Facebook group as well. But anyone, if you've got any questions on course material or your membership or the agenda, help at lowhangingecom.com. We'll get you all set. Let's get into it. I see our awesome and amazing yoga instructor, co-host extraordinaire, Karen is here. Just want to say hi, Karen. Good to see you. And good to see all these awesome people. Yay, there she is. There's all these, wow, look at all these awesome people here. I got something to show you guys as proof of a concept that we've been talking about for as long as you've known me, right? And we've all gotten into this idea of personal development and attracting more of what we want and less of what we don't. That sounds like a good idea, right? Like we should probably do that. Let's actually attract stuff and let's be deliberate. I mean, if we're going to show up and we're going to use, our brain power and expend energy and effort and money and time to accomplish something, well, hopefully it's something worth our time. Okay. And so how do we commingle that, with e-commerce and all the stuff that we're doing here as people who intend to exchange value with the public, right? And be rewarded, right, with money, right, current and currency, right? Nice, that's very nice. So I need to send the current out for me to get the current in. The tide goes out, the tide comes in. This is law. This just works. You had nothing to do with it except that you showed up here and you get to work with this law, which we could say in this case would be like reciprocity. In fact, for those of you who are studying the book that I'm studying now with my mastermind group, we're talking all about working with the law, right? It's actually the title of the book. But I wanted to give you an impromptu example of this because it demonstrates a couple of things. One is intent, the other is non-attachment, and the other is how could I say expectation, but not with a bit of flippancy. Let's say that flippancy, because this business and any business that you're in, I would argue can and should be fun. It should be an easy flowing experience. It's not drudgery and oh my goodness, oh right. And yeah, we got the tech, we got to see ladies screen, and we're dealing with the technology, and fine, okay, you'll deal with technology, but this isn't a high tech business. It's the main thing. Well, to quote Steve Covey, the main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. Okay. And the main thing is not technology. The main thing is your product in the hands of your happy, smiling customer who wants to give you money and refer their friends and give you more money. And now that I bought that cup, let me get the whole damn collection. How about the t-shirt, right? So on that note, there is a sub law. I don't know if it even qualifies as a law. Maybe it does. We could shake it out. I'm rather skeptical when people say law. Right? Like, really, are we talking about a suggestion, a principle, a nice idea, but law? That's pretty heavy, right? There's this thing that's called the vacuum law of prosperity. Some of you may have heard of this, and we can see this occur in nature. Think of it like this: you have a room in your house which is not yet furnished. You just moved in. You've got the spare room. And you didn't wind up bringing, the sofa from the other place, and you're thinking, well, we'll figure out what we're going to put there. How long do you think that room's going to remain empty? It's going to fill up with something. Maybe the couch that you want, maybe the yoga studio that you set up in there. Maybe your daughter's endless piles of crap. Maybe that's what shows up in there. And I can tell you that is real in the Lavinia household. That is real. Quite real, in fact. In fact, I say to my daughter, I told her the other day, I said, if it wasn't for me and your mother, you would have this mountain of stuff and you would be perched on top of it. Here's Trinity on her mountain of stuff because there's always more stuff. So the idea here is that nature abhors a vacuum. Nature does not tolerate a vacuum. Neither does my daughter. Okay, so how does this relate to what we can do in business? And this doesn't. Let me give it to you this way, because I just had this conversation with some people, and just follow me on this. So I was in my closet, and there was clothing in there that I hadn't worn in a while. I would say out of season, although I live in Arizona, and it's seasons. There's one season here. Okay, sometimes you wear a long sleeve shirt, sometimes you don't, right? So that's pretty much the seasons here. But there were like some old shirts, old T-shirts in there from back in my heavy metal band days. Right. Which I had, you get around the music scene, you wind up collecting a bunch of shirts. These are shirts that are 20, 30 years old. And so I'm thinking, I'm cleaning out this closet. My wife could use a little more space. So that's very benevolent of me. Right. And so I'm going to go ahead and create a vacuum in this space. And I could take this stuff to Goodwill. In fact, some stuff I did take to, Goodwill or drop off at the donation place. Just releasing that stuff. Okay. I don't need that anymore. And there's the There's the word need. We're not talking about need, right? I don't need that. So we've always had everything we've needed. This adds to the sense of flippancy, by the way, right? We're not talking about survival now. You've always had everything you needed, or you wouldn't be here. You'd be a corpse, right? So well done. Let's acknowledge that. So you've already got what you need. So these are things that are no longer priorities in my life. I am not, desperate to like put on this heavy metal t-shirt and walk down the road as a 51-year-old, businessman. Okay. It's a couple of them I saved, good gym clothes and stuff. But yeah, in this case, I'm going to go ahead and release these things. So I brought the stuff that I thought would be good to give to charity. I brought that over there. But I was thinking, you know what? There are probably people who would like, these old things that I don't, aren't priorities for me anymore. Let me go ahead and hit eBay real quick. So I just photographed it, but I just threw it on the carpet, photograph front, back, description, boom, done. List. And my eBay account lit up like a damn Christmas tree, like total mayhem. People fighting over, I'll pay $200 for that shirt. I'll take that one for $50. I made $1,000 in an hour. Okay. And I made people's day. They were like, I've been looking for that shirt for 20 years. One guy actually told me, I am going to be buried in that shirt. That's the shirt that the lead singer wore on the album cover. Oh my goodness, nobody's got that shirt anymore. He's going to be buried in it. Right? I could almost hear the tears coming from these guys that they finally found what they were looking for and were willing to pay. And these aren't people that they're not multiple 6 and 7 figure earners, right? Running businesses, right? They're 20 years old and they just, heavy metal maniacs or something. And money. And so here I was making someone else's day, releasing things that I don't need. Okay. Doing it with a bit of flippancy. I didn't know what to expect, with the eBay and whatever. And so here's $1,000, John. Now, some of you who've been hanging around with us for a little while know that I had my eye on this watch, this G-Shock watch, and it's like $900, and they're selling it, on Amazon for, I think it was $720, $750, Prime or non-Prime, or it's going to take 2 weeks to get to you from Japan and blah, 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 blah. And so I don't need the watch. There's that word again. Wasn't about need. I don't need, I know what time it is. My computer's telling me right now it's 10:27 and 59, 10:28. Just click 10:28. I know exactly what time it is. And if I'm not looking at that screen, I'm looking at this one. I know exactly what time it is. I don't need the watch, but I want it. Just like these guys wanted. That was their priority, was 20-year-old heavy metal t-shirts. My priority was, I got to look snappy with my watch over here. I mean, I'm John Lavinia, right? So since I'm on eBay already, let me see what people are selling this watch for. I found this guy in Jordan. And there was a few guys in Japan as well, right? Because it's sourced out of Japan. But there's this guy in Jordan, there in Arabia. And he's like, here's my price or best offer. I'm like, okay. I'm going to be a jerk or anything. I offered him a $640. Sold. Free shipping, by the way. eBay charged me tax for some reason. I don't know where they're delivering the tax to. Are they delivering to Jordan? Probably not. But anyway, here's the friggin' watch. Done. DONE. Just arrived yesterday. So what just happened? Here I was thinking about this, getting this thing that I want, not that I need. Okay. We've always had what we've needed. Getting this thing that I want flippantly. Right. And I put it off. That's just me. I'm not saying that's the right way to do it. I'm not like an impulse buyer. Like I've got stuff on my Amazon wish list for like a year, like $10 items. Like, I maybe get it, maybe not. So yes, I'm very decisive. Okay. But I'm also very judicious. Right? Is this something that I'm really going to use every day? I'm not sure. I like it. Research. I'll just put stuff on my wish list as research items that, perhaps I'll revisit later. And sometimes I'll just go in and click buy, clear out much of my wish list, or just delete. You know what? I'm glad I didn't spend the money. I'm not going to use it anyway. Right. So I use that as sort of my research thing. But this thing kept showing up again and again and again and again. And now the universe was screaming at me, you know what, John, you're going ahead and you're making somebody else's day. Let's make your day right now. Get the damn watch. I even said to my wife, I was like, this guy just accepted my offer for 640. She's like, well, you're going to buy it? And I was like, ah. And there was the purchase button. She was like, click the button. I was like, okay, click, sold. Kind of cathartic even, kind of, yeah. So anyway, little retail therapy. And I'm not like I'm not a shopper. I mean, I can go and I sit and meditate and get my own therapy, but yeah, nice to have nice stuff too. So what's the point of me telling you all this? That I got into the flow, not because I needed to get into the flow, but flippantly and with game and fun and with benefits for all, right? These guys are loving their t-shirts, right? And I got space in the closet, which my wife is now using. And sign me up, damn it. What else can I release? What else can I release? 'Tis the season, right? I mean, I'm not using this stuff. So now I'm looking at my guitars. I'm going to have to keep at least one of them, but I'm thinking, there's probably people that would love those guitars, right? I just, not my thing, not right now. I could go buy more guitars if I want to buy more guitars. Okay. So now look at the business that you're all doing here. Are you selling needs? Are you selling, I'm so desperate that I don't have a beverage receptacle. I'm cupping my hands and oh God, someone please, the universe, send me a cup. No, flippancy, fun, have fun, right? And then release your intent, right? Your intent, your knowingness, your benefits, right? Here's a funny thing we could put on a cup, or a sarcastic thing, or a thoughtful thing, or a thing about fishing, or whatever. Okay, release that into the marketplace without attachment. Okay, because some things are going to stick better than others. Some shirts fetch $200. Some shirts fetch $30. Okay, well, what's on the shirt, right? This cup resonated with this audience. This T-shirt or whatever the product is, right, resonated with that audience. This one resonated with nobody. A swing and a miss. Fantastic. Great news. Non-attachment. Didn't cost you $10 million to take the swing. Nice. I take the swing. Right? Put it out there. Intent, but not attachment, will allow you to have some game and be flippant with this, but at the same time, have some expectation. Have some expectation. If you know you're about service, you're about goodwill and putting things out there, know that expect to be compensated for that. The tide goes out, the tide has to come in. Those who outflow shall inflow, and that is law. Law. The tide goes out, the tide comes in, not open for debate, period, case closed. Now, the tide may not come in 1 hour, like, I apparently hit a nerve last week with this little fun thing that I did. Okay. Can you hit a nerve? Yeah. Could that happen overnight? Yeah. Is that likely? I don't know. Let's see. But you'll never know until you put it out there. Sometimes people say, what's the best design of the cup, or what's the best advertisement to put out? Because I'm in this, the advertising and marketing world with my businesses. What's the best, copywriting, email, sales letter? The marketplace will tell us. I don't have a crystal ball. Okay. And that's millions of dollars down the road. I still don't have a crystal ball. So do what you like with that. The point is to outflow, put it out there, right? Because nature doesn't tolerate a vacuum. Now that there's products in the marketplace with your store on it, right? Well, people are going to have to exchange with somebody. And just like, this thing, which I didn't need, which I bought for hundreds of dollars. And just like the t-shirts that these guys didn't need, but they bought for hundreds of dollars. Here's a coffee cup, which your customer doesn't need, and they will buy for whatever your price is. What do you guys think of this? I'm enthusiastic here today, in case that wasn't apparent. Let me go ahead and assert that my enthusiasm exists. Thank you, guys. Who wants to come out and talk? We can. Go ahead. You've got an open mic.
I completely agree with that. I don't need a vintage stereo console, but I've been looking for months. I have old vinyl. They're printing vinyl again. I don't need it. I have a wonderful Bose stereo system, but I don't need it, but I'm going to pay for it when I find it.
Right.
So it's about people like creature comforts. I have a roof over my head. I have a refrigerator full of really nice food. I have all of my needs met. I have water, I have plumbing. It's what human nature. We like to collect things. We like to accumulate. Yeah, I totally get it.
Fun. Have fun. Yeah. Beautiful. By the way, I was on Facebook Marketplace. Is that a thing where you live? Right. Or I suppose Craigslist could be another one, although there's lots of wacky people there. But with Facebook Marketplace, I actually saw just the other day. I wasn't looking for it, but it was like some vintage stereo, like wood cabinet. Right. So
I've seen a lot of those right now. I think I'm probably going to have to just buy a refurbished one, but I've been looking for one, someone cleared out their garage, but usually it's like when they say, oh, it just needs a needle or you just have to, tweak the speakers. I'm not mechanical. I have to hire a guy. So I'm looking for something that's fully working, but yeah, I've been looking there too.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my goal right now to get one of those.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that there's one being delivered right on schedule. Keep on looking. All right. Very good. Glad you're here. By the way, whatever you guys put in your Zoom account is what I'm going to call you. So just keep that in mind for our new members. Michael, you've got the floor, sir. Come on out.
Hello.
Hey.
I was interested to hear you say about the non-attachment or the intent with non-attachment. However, what I also heard was that reluctance to receive benefits, because it has to be a circle you're giving out. And when it came to getting things back, which we often do, we're like, oh, you know what, I don't deserve that. And we justify away our benefits. we justify away our gifts, going, no, that's for somebody else. That's not me. We've finally got to that place where we're thinking, it might be nice to have something for ourselves just because. And it happens to be, and this is what I want to spend my energy on. It happens to be a watch or a motorcycle or whatever. And we often talk ourselves out of our rewards or our gifts. And I put on there, treat yourself. I was watching this show called Parks and Recreation, and these two in the show have this day where they treat themselves, and it doesn't matter. Like, money's not an object. They just go and they buy whatever they want because they can. And that's the thing. You got to treat yourself. And a friend of mine said every Friday you have to buy something for yourself. And it was wise because you work 7 days or however many days a week. Don't you think you deserve something every payday? Isn't something there for you, just for you, that you want, so that it justifies all of the work that you've done? And I thought that was a very interesting concept.
Right. Okay. So no need to be self-deprecating, right? You're quite worthy. You've done good work this week. Okay. Now temper that, of course, with, prudence, right? So I'm not going to go treat myself to a private jet, because, that would kind of wipe out the working capital, whatever. So, use your brain as well. But is there something that you've been denying yourself? Look, we need to have wins. And it's not just about the stuff. Some of you might be thinking, well, so I like nice pens. I'm going to go buy the pen. Okay. Well, that's a symbol. It's also an acknowledgement. What we need to do is acknowledge ourselves, not self-deprecate, but acknowledge ourselves with things that don't put us in peril, but at the same time are significant enough to warrant our attention. So thank you for that, Michael. To go through life, especially when you're new in business and you're really like getting things geared up and maybe not experiencing big wins, we got to celebrate those little wins. And if you can attach some symbols to it, great. Here's what's your thing, Michael? What's I like a nice watch and motorcycles and guns and cars and stuff. What do you like?
I really want to get that minivan or that camper van. Okay. That's my number one. That's my number one thing on the top of the list.
Okay. Well, then that's valid. And now it's been validated by everyone else here, right? That which we focus on and validate expands, right? So now everyone knows that Michael likes the camper van. Great. I see a camper van in your future, right? And so do all these other people now. So I'll tell you what, I kept looking at this watch and it showed up. Dream board kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks. And at a price lesser than I expected to pay. So.
Oh, that's always a bonus. My two favorite words are free or almost free.
Okay. Almost free. Yeah. Well, and I like that. But I'll also say, what's the upside potential? Like if I'm looking to invest in my own ability to earn or, business and education and stuff like that, whatever it takes. Right. Because I know that is the best investment I can ever make, is in my own ability to earn, which as I think my story, Michael, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars in and millions out.
In and out.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right. Thank you, brother. Let's go to Missy and then Judith. Hey, Missy.
Well, John, I want to thank you because the new books that you have us reading, they're good. I like them, but personally, I prefer the older original works. I'm a Cicero type of person and a John Adams and a Jefferson. So you have added something that the Napoleon Hills and the Uncle Wally Waddles didn't put in. And this flippancy thing, because when you read Napoleon Hill's book, it's like, you've added a dimension to it that they didn't have at that time. It was a struggle to live at that time. Even if you had money, it was hard. But I think that perhaps you should think about writing another book or something, or a podcast to do something about this flippancy added to it with the non-attachment, but expectancy, because it is extremely important. And I wrote it down really hard in my little book over here. And it just gave me a new way to think about it. And you've said it before, but just today it resonated in a different way. And I just want to thank you so much. And don't you dare sell that mug to anybody, that done weight mug.
Oh, no. That's precious.
Trouble. But precious. Really think about it, because it's so serious. Even the newer books are very serious. And that's what you bring to the table. And it's essential. So bring it.
Okay, I'll do so.
I'll be the first one to buy the book.
Yes, you were. So I'm just putting in for Your Life Paradigm. Here is where the book recommendations can be found. But Missy's also referring to, I do a book study group and we talk about like more intense books. The ones that I recommended, like Miracle Morning and Power of Consistency and Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, the ones that I recommend to our new members here, definitely engage in those, especially if you haven't been consistently reading up to this point, because these are low gradient, easy on ramp kind of books to get into, to get the synapses, firing and stuff. And then we can get into more intense stuff. Missy and I have been, and I didn't know this, Missy, you're like my sister from, another planet or something here. We've been reading a lot of the same stuff. I don't know what planet she's from. Hopefully she does. But we've been studying a lot of the same like philosophy for a while. And thank you, Missy, for the acknowledgement. Because look, all this stuff is for use. If we sit there and get very somber, right, or solemn, and it's all very serious, are you going to apply that into your life? No, this stuff is for use. And so if we can bring this to life. Okay, look at here's the philosophy, and we can bring it to life in common hours with some enthusiasm, right? Enthusiasm. There was a quote from a movie. Anyone ever seen that movie? And then we're going to go to Judith and then Scott. Anyone see that movie? Was it Lean on Me? It was about the kids in the inner city, Paterson, New Jersey, and the school was a wreck. And it was it Morgan Freeman who portrayed the principal who was going to get this place back in order. Was that it? Good.
It's Lean on Me.
Thank you. And he said, he was talking to the staff members. He was like, discipline is not the enemy of enthusiasm. I just remembered that line because I was thinking, that made me think. Discipline is not the enemy of enthusiasm. Okay, so let's put this stuff to use enthusiastically, right? And of course, have structure and order. All success is orderly. So let's have some discipline. Judith, you've got the floor.
Okay, well, this was actually meant to be more of a joke for the ladies, but now it's kind of turned to a little bit of a serious note. But like you said, we don't need certain things, but we want them. And we all love our men, and this is for the ladies. We all love our men. We love them dearly. But some days you say, I don't need him, but I really, really want him. It's a joke. It's a joke for the ladies. Sorry. See, some days I want him. Okay, my bad. I'm done.
That was a joke for me. Thank you. No. I get to laugh too. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. So good to see you. Scott, I think Scott had his hand up. Now I don't see Scott. Where's Scott?
Yeah, I'm right here. Right here I am.
Yes, sir.
No, I was just wondering, there's a book I read, Benjamin Franklin's biography. I don't know if anybody's ever read it before, but that's a very unique perception of how a man goes through all the things that he went through. And he abruptly ended the book pretty much. Didn't really finish it, and it was when we got our independence. And it's a fast read, easy read. I just thought it would be inspiring for somebody if they wanted something else to grab a hold of for some food.
Mm. Thank you, Scott. Yeah, Ben Franklin's one of my heroes. So that guy, wow, that guy and Tom and John Adams, wow, amazing, genius stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you, Scott. Hey, Karen's got a comment, and then we'll go to Crystal. Hey, Karen, what's going on with you?
Hey everyone. I've been really enjoying listening to everyone, and all the shares really powerful. But listening to you, John, in the beginning, when you had said nature abhors a vacuum, I love that because that's actually attributed to Aristotle, who's a Greek philosopher, and I love Greek philosophy. That's my thing. And so that idea, the concept that when we make space in our lives, we actually allow for more abundance and great things to come in. And I love that because oftentimes, and just like you and you had shared your story, I recently, I have a 2-year-old. And so as she grows, you slowly get rid of all the things. And it also has a wonderful feeling when you give things away and you, see someone giving, that to their children or having joy in that, or, if you give to friends and they send you pictures, it's a wonderful energetic exchange and physical exchange. And then the beauty to observe how much goodness comes and flows into your life in response to that is just magnificent. And I've seen it firsthand. I have 4 children. And so the first 3, I was here pretty much on my own. And, everything that I had accumulated, I had given away. And for this child, I didn't have to buy almost anything. I've gotten everything from my friends, from my family. And so it really is a beautiful thing. Sometimes it doesn't happen immediately, but the universe always will find a way to flow things your way. Once you give, then you shall receive in return. And it's a beautiful thing to witness. So that just came into my mind as you were sharing that.
Thank you, Karen. And so you just corroborated, right? All this stuff is for use and it works. So, let's do it. Beautiful. Thank you, my friend. So glad you're here. Karen's hosting tomorrow. So tune in for more Karen awesomeness. Let's go to Crystal. Hey, Crystal, what's going on with you?
There you are. I'm good. I'm just kind of going back to the wants and needs that people have. And I was thinking, yes, there's things that they seem trivial or it's something that you want. Like, for example, I want that. I see it's a shiny object. But a lot of times it's kind of a need because it gives us our individuality, right? There's so much importance to that. So even though it seems like it's, we got our house, we got our food, but it isn't, it's an individual choice that, expresses yourself. And it is kind of a need in a way, right? That's how I feel about it. That's my excuse for getting everything. No, but that, it is very, very, it's part of our personality. So is it a need or is it a want? Yeah. Bit of both, right? Yeah.
Well, Abraham Maslow talked about a hierarchy of needs. And let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Yeah, here we go. We got something. I just hit DuckDuckGo, which is my favorite search engine. And here it is. So is this a good explanation of it? Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So physiological needs, food, water, warmth, rest, safety needs, security, safety, right? So, fend off the saber-toothed tigers and whatever.
Yeah.
Psychological needs, belongingness and love needs, intimate relationships, friends, esteem, prestige, and feeling accomplishment.
Right.
Self-actualization.
I do recall learning this in nursing.
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah. I haven't spent a whole lot of time with this, but it's, now we're fulfilling potential, self-actualization.
Mm-hmm.
So and what did he call it? The hierarchy of needs. So I suppose we could argue that word. Yeah. But that's on point. Thank you so much. Yeah. So glad you're here. You getting ready to move?
Yeah. Yeah, slowly but surely.
Yeah, I see you're.
I'm excited. I've got 2 places, so I can do it slowly, which is awesome. So.
Yeah, I see part of your cardboard collection. Very nice.
Yeah, it's not full enough for me.
All right. Very
Good,
aesthetic.
thanks, guys.
Yes, very good.
Yeah.
Let's go to Lady. Hey, Lady.
Hey, afternoon. The one word that I kept hearing was consistency. Even as you spoke on what you're looking for, you're talking about you're consistently finding a way to get what you wanted. You had a desire for it, you pursued it, you didn't go and buy it because you did have the money, but you looked to other means of how can I receive it, how it still benefits you. But there was a consistency in everything you were doing of searching and looking. And I think that is something for on the business aspect that we have to, I know you talked about the book of consistency, but the persistence to stay in that flow of consistency of this is still the desire that I want. And how do I reach that goal just on the business aspect of it? And it all kind of flows together.
Right. Great distinction, Lady. So there's consistency and then there's persistence, and it's not the same word. Right. So everybody really dig in, like grab a dictionary and like really check out the etymology and derivations on those words, and you'll get those distinctions because you require both. Very, very good perspective. Thank you, Lady. All right. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up with that. I am, anybody else? Any last minute burning desires? You need to say something or your head's going to explode or you're going to burst into flames spontaneously? No, we're all good. Okay, so then let's get on with it. Let's have an awesome day or evening or whatever time zones you're in. We'll be back here tomorrow with bells on. In fact, Karen will be taking you through some of the most profound stuff that has ever been uttered out of the mouth of a mere mortal. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be awesome. And it's going to be tomorrow with Karen. So stay tuned. I'll see you.